everyone, it's Marla. Welcome back to Twinstrology. I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading today to check in and see what's happening with your connection with your twin flame or divine counterpart or your soulmate. So we have three choices. The first one is a pyrite chunk. We have a carnelian heart. And we have a pink quartz angel. So make your choice and then look below in the description for the timestamps and we'll begin your reading. Okay, so this is the reading for cards number 1. Those of you who chose the pyrite piece. So the overall energy of what's happening in your connection right now is transformation. And this is the Death card. So I feel like there's some kind of major shift happening in your relationship. There's a positive change happening. But I feel like there's something going on with your partner. I suspect your partner is the divine masculine, but I'm going to leave it up to you to judge which partner is which. But if we look at Pluto's face, okay, like he is thinking about something. It almost looks like he's up to no good, actually. And we see Persephone kind of sneaking a peek over his shoulder. And he's actually holding a pomegranate. And he tricked Persephone and he gave her seeds of a pomegranate after his brother, Jupiter, had said that he would have to give Persephone back to her mother, Ceres, unless she'd eaten something in the underworld. Then she'd have to stay there. So Pluto gives her seeds of a pomegranate, and this also represents him like taking her maidenhood from her, and therefore he gets to keep Persephone half the year with him. But in this card, you know, and we can tell by the look on his face, he's kind of being a little bit devious and plotting how he can keep Persephone and not give her back. And that's going to be very telling to the cards that we're going to read here for this couple. The card from my deck about the overall energy of the connection is, I'm afraid you're going to meet someone else before I'm ready to be with you for good. So that goes with this card because I feel like your partner is really thinking about how they can get to you. They're worried that you're not going to stick around, that you're going to meet somebody else. And yet it feels like there's reasons why they're not moving towards you at the minute. But yeah, they're contemplating a lot how to kind of get around this, and it's making them very sad. Now, what is the positive thing here is the Two of Coins. Okay, so this person I feel is trying to balance things, and possibly you are trying to balance things in your life as well, maybe in a little bit different ways. But I do feel like there's a lot going on with this person right now. They're juggling a lot of things, but they're starting to handle these things better. Now, for the divine feminine, if you're the divine feminine half watching this, I feel like this card is saying that there's something that you're grounding, there's something that you're bringing in, and it actually feels like this is something connected to your union. So, you know, both people in the divine connection are always working on getting closer and being able to birth this. So there's something that you're doing in your life that's creating balance. And there's something that your partner's doing in their life that is creating balance. For your partner, I feel like it's been something that they've been trying to balance for a long time, and it's just now coming into a place where they feel more in control of it. For my deck, what's positive is I feel like I don't deserve your love. I'm worried you'll leave me when you see who I really am. Again, we have a card here about someone leaving the other person. So again, I feel like your partner is getting stressed out that you're not going to stay with them. They may feel like afraid to come forward because if they come forward, you're not going to stay with them anyways. One of those types of deals. So they're needing to find how they deserve you. But this is for both of you guys. This is actually a message from your higher selves. So both of you need to look at the fact that you do deserve this connection and that it's going to be a stable and steady connection, and this kind of fear about being left behind is really just that, a fear, because there's something about this union that's coming into a more stable balance and grounding. What challenges this relationship right now is the Justice card. This myth is Penelope and Odysseus, so I know that a lot of people resonate with that myth out there. So I feel like this couple, you guys are in separation, okay? And here we see Penelope kind of waiting around for Odysseus. And this is part of the issue for both of you. Like, if you resonate as being Penelope, I feel like perhaps you're getting frustrated with having to wait around. And you're like, where is that person coming? And if you're the opposite person, I feel like you're wondering, like, what is Penelope doing while I'm gone? And of course, Penelope had a lot of suitors actually, but she did stay true and wait for Odysseus. The Justice card here, I feel, is a message for both of you that justice is going to be done in this situation. You know, you have to trust. There might be some creative projects that you're working on, especially for the Divine Feminine counterpart here, because we see Penelope working on her loom. That goes in with the story of Penelope and Odysseus, but I'm just getting that creativity might be there. We have the scales here too, representing justice, but here's this tapestry too, and I feel like this is almost like Odysseus's energy is there but not there. You know what I mean? Obviously he's not there. He's out. He's lost. He's lost on his journey. But it's literally like his energy is around. So that might play into perhaps what you're feeling as far as your person. You feel their energy around you, but they don't actually seem to be coming back home. And so you might be wondering, like, what is going on here? The higher self message here is, I'm tired of being physically away from you. I'm trying to process my separation fears so I can come back to you. Okay, so again, this person is telling you that they're very worried about whatever's going on in their life. They seem to be being held back for some reason. They're worried that you're going to leave them, that you're not going to accept them. There's a struggle with separation on both sides here. Both the masculine and feminine is struggling with the separation. And your partner is telling you, like, I'm really trying to work on this because I'm really tired of being away from you. Now, what's coming up for the Divine Feminine counterpart as far as shadow is Kuan Yin, goddess of nurturing. So I feel like whichever one is the Divine Feminine, And this is actually going to be true for both of you, as we always see when I'm doing these readings. But self-love. Self-love is so important right now. And it feels like you spend a lot of time nurturing everybody else, but it's time for you to nurture you. I feel like this card is reminiscent of springtime. It seems like there's flowers on the trees. I can't quite tell, but she's holding a rabbit. Okay, so there's like this fertile aspect, and you learning to overcome any shadow elements about loving yourself and nurturing yourself. This is really opening doors for you. This is creating a transformation in you and in your energy and the things that you're creating in your life. Now, the shadow element for your counterpart, well, I shouldn't say that, because I did say that I would leave it up to you to judge which was for which. But this person's shadow element is sacred sexuality. So we are having this kind of strong theme here that this person is really feeling pulled. They're really feeling a chemistry, a merging energy even. And this person is really wanting to be here with you in this connection. Now, what I'm getting from this card, as far as their shadow side, is it's a case of intimacy. Okay, this person, they really want this with you, but there's something holding them back around allowing themselves to be so open and vulnerable to reach this level of intimacy. So what is this person number one, what are they not seeing about their journey? And we have the guidance card, the hidden path. Okay, so for this person, part of your transformation is there's a new pathway opening up. You didn't even see this pathway. This was totally hidden. It's almost going to blindside you in a way. And then one day you just get this message from Spirit that's like, look, this is the way to go. This is what I've been working with you on all this time, but I just needed you to trust me, because it's like up till this point you weren't ready. You weren't ready to walk this path. You needed to achieve this transformation, and you needed to balance these things. And I think also, like, what I'm getting is you need to be comfortable with this separation at the moment. You've got to trust the separation, just like you have to trust this guidance that's taking you down this new pathway. Now, what they want you to know about that hidden pathway that you're not seeing is enlightenment, hearing the hidden song. Okay, so don't be afraid of this new path. This path is part of your ascension journey. It's going to show you a lot of things that you weren't able to see before. It's like your third eye is opening. Your clairvoyance is opening. And you're seeing things in a whole new perspective. So, like, I'm feeling for this person, there's a whole lot of transformation happening right now. Now, the other person, what they're not seeing at this time is parasite, dominating influence. So this is a really interesting message to get for this person, because I spoke about something holding this person back. And this is it. There's someone parasitically involved with this person. And this is Rapunzel. And I'm not sure you can see it clearly, but she has her hair hanging down the tower, and the old witch that's holding her hostage is climbing up her hair to get in. Remember, there's no door in Rapunzel's tower. They have to go in and out the window. And yeah, this is a very telling message because someone here has this parasite attached to them, and they don't know how to get away. They're like, I don't know, there's no door here. I don't know how to get out. And I'm not sure if they know this person is a parasite or not. For some of you, this parasite might resonate as a situation, but it's definitely like a vampiric energy, a very hopeless is what I'm getting. This person feels very hopeless. They're kind of in a catch-22 because, like, if Rapunzel, if she doesn't let the witch in anymore, then how is she going to get out? How is she going to get food? You know, she'll be stuck there in the tower. And yet she really doesn't want to let the witch in. So yeah, there's like this catch-22 for this person. They're really in kind of a nasty situation. What Spirit is wanting them to know about this situation, again, that they can't see, is stability. So I feel like this is Spirit saying, look, you're not really stuck here. You have the stability you need, or this stability is coming, right? Like something's changing for this person. If we look at this cat here, this cat's walking on this railing, and it's kind of like a tower. There's this wall down here and this walkway outside. And it's almost like Spirit's saying, you can get out of that tower. If you're clever, you can get out of this tower. But you don't see that it's like you can walk a tightrope. You can walk a tightrope and be out of there. Now, what's interesting here, like I said, I'm kind of reading for two people, but I'm not. So obviously, there's a lot of you watching this are definitely twin flames, because this is a merging energy, right? Because neither one of you has been in self-love. That's how this parasite got attached in the first place, because there was no self-love. We're talking about this sure-footedness, but over here, right, the path, there's a new pathway. A path was hidden, but now there's a way out. There's enlightenment. There's new information. So if you read this as one person, and even if you're twins, it's like you're helping each other, or this is kind of two sides of the same coin here. But what it is that one guides the other out. So let's see, what does this person want to say to you? This person wants to say to you, you inspire me to be my best self, and I want to do the same for you. So this person, they're struggling with worthiness, but this worthiness is actually encouraging them to go through that transformation, because they want to be this person that you desire. They want, they don't want this. They don't want you to be with anybody else. And that is getting them to grow. Surrender brings us together faster than resistance. Okay, so this person is trying to surrender to this connection. This person, I feel, is kind of fearful about this situation and this connection with you, and it could be because of whatever this parasitic situation is. But they're really trying hard to surrender. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. Yeah, well, definitely we're seeing that this person has their walls up, their guard up with you. They want to let that down, but like we saw here, they're not sure how to let that vulnerability come out. I'm trying to understand that my thoughts create my reality. I know I need to stay positive. Are you? So part of what that person is changing and transforming is their thoughts. Because remember, this person feels really trapped. But they're like a part of the reason why they've been so stuck there is because they just were so down and so negative. And now they're changing it. And I feel like they're doing that because of that inspiration that you're bringing to them. And like these cards up here are confirming it. Like, I want to be a person that you want to be with, that's worthy of you. I feel your energy around me, and it makes me wonder, are you thinking of me too? So yeah, this person is feeling the connection with you, the spiritual connection with you, and that's really leading this person to change. For some of these people here, some of this might just be the walls, like their own walls, and who they let in, right? Maybe they're letting the wrong people in, or maybe they're just, this is showing fear. Like, I don't trust people and I don't want to let people in. Whatever, take what resonates. This is a general reading. Hold on a second. So how is this person feeling towards you? The first card is Triumph. Okay, and what really strikes me the most about this card is this. Okay, this is the World card. So again, there's a transformation, there's new energy coming in, there's a cycle that's shifting. But this has a lot to do with this. Like, this person is just really feeling pulled to you and thinking about you and wanting to love you and hold you. Like, it feels like it's becoming almost overpowering for this person. Five of Wands. Well, I feel like this person has been pushing you away for a long time. And they've been pushing you away out of fear. And I feel like this person is just, they're really guarded all the time. And again, like, I've got to bring this card back because I feel like if this person isn't currently mixed up with a bad person, this person was at some point mixed up with a person that was not good for them at all. And they're just used to battling. They really, like, that's kind of like how they think of relationships, because that's how it's been. But whenever I look at this card, he's got his wand up. He's ready to, like, keep her away. But she's holding her wand up almost gently. And it's almost like she's disarming, I'm not sure that that's what the artist intended, but the energy that I get is like she's disarming him. She's like, no, let's just take these wands away. You don't need this. So I feel like that's part of the change here. But, you know, this is definitely going on for how this person sees you. My ego's fragile to criticism and rejection. I've created walls to protect myself. So again, we have walls coming up for this person. What is this in person's? What is this in person's? What is this person's intentions towards you? Well, the first card is the Three of Pentacles. Now, what do we see here that we've had has the theme throughout this whole reading? This person is stuck in their tower. There's no door. There's no door on this tower, just a window at the very top. And this is saying like this person has been hiding themselves away. And I feel like this is you, the person that's watching this. Although it could be either of you, but there's a lot of sadness. Like the separation with the two of you feels very heavy right now, and neither one of you wants that separation. But it's like this other person, they have to find the door. They have to find the door, and they have to stop letting that other person in. Ten of Wands. Okay, so this person is carrying a heavy burden right now. Again, there's something here more than meets the eye. Like your person is not just staying away from you because they're being a jerk. Like there's heavy energy here for this person. They're struggling to stay in that balance, to manage everything that's going on with their life. A lot, I think, is going to depend on that parasite energy. But also, like, there's a deep wounding in this person, or there's perhaps a strong ego where this person just really, the thought of being vulnerable is very frightening to this person. So they've obviously been hurt somewhere in the past. Also have Grace here has what this person's intentions are for you. And I love this card here because I feel like this person is saying, I do care for you. I am wanting to hold you. I am taking care of your heart. There is love here. This is actually Eros on this card, the god of love. So even though this person is not there in your life, I feel like this person is saying, I do love you and care about you and you're safe here. Separated or together, we're working in tandem with each other. So again, this person is, this person is feeling the closeness. Okay, they're feeling that there's no separation here, and this is what's creating the transformation for them. Our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become the parents. So yeah, this person is trying to heal this inner child. This is why, like, the thought of being vulnerable just feels incredibly sad for them. Like they really struggle with this, letting down their walls. But they're trying. So what does the future hold for your connection? First card is the Five of Wands. Five of Arrows, sorry. Okay, so there's something about running here, running away. The other person is, I feel like this person is trying to heal the fact that they've run away. That, you know, they literally have ghosted you or taken off. And like you were trying to hold them back. You were trying to get them to stay, but you know, you couldn't because you needed to love yourself. You needed to love yourself without this person there. But there's a change coming here. And for the divine feminine counterpart in this union, I feel our energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. We're becoming one again. Okay, sorry, I was coughing. That might have something to do with this energy. Perhaps there's some throat chakra clearing for someone out there. But we are becoming one again. So the divine feminine here, more and more through that self-love, you're feeling that even though this person is running still, there's still that separation, but you're feeling like no separation. For the masculine, when I let myself go deeper into thoughts of you, I can feel my heart opening. So this is leading the masculine back. And it's like the combined energies. Yeah, I'm going to post a video shortly of an interview I did with Andy at Your Soul's Pathway. And we were talking about this, and he was saying how we overcome our shadow side is the feminine incorporates the masculine incorporates the feminine. And that's what is happening in your union. Okay? The feminine's becoming stronger and going after like her dreams despite the separation, and the masculine is beginning to feel the heaviness of the separation because they can't run from this anymore. Also coming up in the future, we have the Fool. And this deck is called Innocence. But what's important here is that the feminine is leading the masculine. This is what I was alluding to earlier. It's really the feminine. See, the masculine's blindfolded because the masculine has to trust his intuition in the form of the divine feminine. So it's like the divine feminine is seeing that secret pathway and she's leading the masculine down it, and that's how the masculine is going to escape his tower. If you chose number one, like you should really watch that interview when I post it with Andy. Okay, and there's enlightenment here. When the masculine lets his divine feminine in the form of his intuition and his heart lead, he reaches enlightenment and he sees the way out. For the feminine here, you're projecting your own fears and limitations onto me. Go within to understand that you're seeing yourself, not me. So I feel like what this message here is saying, you know, the feminine energy is actually leading the masculine energy. So if you're frustrated with the separation, then you have to see that there's something that you are projecting that has also played a role in why this transformation hasn't happened up till now. I kind of don't like to put it that way because, of course, everything happens in divine timing, okay? And no one is to blame because we are all being guided just how we need to. But it's like, what I want to say is don't blame the masculine, okay? Instead, understand that it's both people doing this work, as we see with how these cards relate. It amazes me when we say the same thing at the same time or finish each other's sentences. This is for the divine masculine. The divine masculine is understanding their intuition more. They're letting the feminine lead more, and they're seeing that when they do that, there's a lot of signs and synchronicities and more balance that comes into their life. The last card we have here is oppression. So this is the Tower. Okay, so for some of you, there might be some abandonment wounds being really triggered in the future. What's important here though is look, in this tower there's a doorway, and this tower is burning down. And I feel like the masculine here, or this counterpart that's been over on this side that has their walls up, I feel like they're so worried that you're going to escape that they find a way out. Okay, this can also be like the feminine too, the feminine feeling insecure. And you know, if you're twin flames, you're going to be feeling this energy together, because the cards are saying like you're merging as one. So you are both feeling it in your own ways. But what I'm getting is that the tower is coming down, and there's this new beginning, this new opening here. The feminine, I close my eyes and imagine you're here with me. It feels so real. I'm beginning to understand this is what it means to be in 5D with you. So again, we have a card here for the Divine Feminine that's about there is no separation. There's some change of thinking about the 5D and the 3D and feeling that separation. There's something healing within you, and that is healing your masculine counterpart. My inner child was wounded when my parents couldn't respond to me in the way I needed them to. I'm reacting from that wound. Okay, so that person that has their walls up, they're healing this inner child. Whatever happened with their parents or this parasitic person, they're doing some major healing around it, because the separation energy is really leaving, and it's awakening them to your energy and your connection, and they're really trying to find their way back to you. So, wow, a lot here, but it all makes sense. I hope that this resonated with you. Before I go, I want to thank everybody that supported my Kickstarter for the Twin Flame Oracle. We really smashed it. It ended today, and we were more than double the funding that we needed. So thank you so much, everybody. And if you are still interested in this card, it is now on pre-order, and I will put a link in the description, as well as the messages for all the cards that I used today. So thank you so much. I'm sending you a lot of love, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, if you chose number 2, the carnelian heart, this is your reading about your connection. So the first card is the overall energy of this connection right now, and it's the balance card. So this is the temperance card in this deck. So this is one of the twin flame cards. It's a really good card to have, because it tells you that something about this situation is coming into balance. We have these two opposing forces, and yet they're both being able to maintain their own energy despite the force of the other person. Well, it's like, because this is the temperance card, you know, this is like the union card, because in temperance, you're taking two things and you're making them into one thing. That's what happens when this balance is created. Now, for my deck, for the overall energy here, I got, I'm triggered. An old pattern has surfaced and I'm hurting. So I feel like what's going to be happening here is there is going to be a trigger, but this trigger is something that actually helps you see where you need to go in order to create this balance. Either that, or for some of you, it's going to be that you're triggered but you're able to deal with that pattern very well. That pattern doesn't throw you off balance. Remember, we're reading for two people here as well, so it can play out differently between the two of you. What's positive in your relationship right now is the Nine of Pentacles. So there's this level of independence that's happening with both of you. Something is being ready to harvest. You're coming to an end of the cycle. There's something to be rejoicing about. Now, this, I feel, is what is helping this. Because you are embodying your independence, and with this, what's coming to me is self-control, knowing your worth, being okay with being alone or being wherever you're at right now. That's creating this newfound sense of balance. Union is an energy, not a physical construct. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. So this is what's positive. So this is what's helping this. Because when you get into that place of union, so yeah, this is, like I said, this card is coming into a deeper consciousness of union. When you understand that, it frees you in a lot of ways. It frees you from having to control things. It allows more abundance to flow in your life. And it's like, even if you're in separation from your person, it's okay because you're feeling the union. And when you're in that state, you also are able to create things much more rapidly. Now, what challenges this connection right now is the Six of Cups. Okay, so there's something from the past that is not resolved. This could be a past life. It could be something that happened in the past for the two of you, or it could be something that happened in the past in a different relationship. You know, maybe you or the other person is or was in a relationship that wasn't good. And so there's some kind of energy still connected to that you're going to need to release. I need to move slowly with this, but trust that I'm moving even when it feels like I'm not. So there's a message here from your higher self that I feel like it's a blockage. Like, yes, you're not completely blocked. Things are moving slowly, but like I said, there's this energy that has to be released. This could even be something to do with family or parents, because this card usually is portrayed as having a mother, two children on there. So it could be something with family or parents. This couple on this card is Tristan and Isolde. So there could be a third party involved for some of you, and you can't be together because of this third party, and that's slowing things down here. So it is a general reading. Take whichever scenario resonates with you. Now I'm going to read one is the divine feminine and one is the divine masculine, but you decide which side you resonate with and which side is your partner. And remember, there's going to be a lot of crossover too. So for the divine feminine, what is coming up for a shadow element right now is codependency. Okay, so like I said, there has to be a trigger here. There's got to be that trigger to make you see that there is a union. And when that happens, then you're more into this, I'm okay with being alone. You're breaking through some kind of codependency, some kind of attachment. And either you have this attachment to your twin or divine counterpart, or you have this attachment to a soulmate. Because as I said, for some of you, this is a soulmate relationship that's still lingering around. And it's keeping you from moving forward, I think, from being where you want to be. This could also be a mindset too. And it might be a mindset that you have around relationships, or maybe you're always feeling like you have to be in a relationship or you're not happy. But something is coming up for you to change that. Now, for the Divine Masculine, I have 2 cards for what their shadow side is that's being triggered. The first one is joy. Okay, so I feel like this person isn't feeling a lot of joy, and that could actually be this card as well, because this card is like innocence and playfulness and having fun. So that could be one of their challenges, or if it is a karmic person or situation, they're not having joy. But let's take a look at the other card here, because it's Aries, the god of battle. Okay, so this person, this Divine Masculine person, they have their armor on and they're prepared to do battle. Now, it's really hard to come into union energy when you're wearing armor. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't stop you from feeling this, right? Like if you're the Divine Feminine, this is not going to stop you from feeling union. But if the Divine Masculine has this armor on, that union energy is going to struggle to get through, okay? But this is the shadow element. This is what's getting triggered. And I feel like it's like what these cards are saying is I'm not letting myself be happy. I have this armor on. I'm protecting myself, and I can't let myself go. I can't let myself have fun. I can't let myself go towards my Divine Feminine and trust that it's going to be safe for me to do that. So what is coming up for the Divine Feminine that she can't see right now? What is kind of the blind spot here for her? Intuition is the card. Connection to the subconscious. Some of you might have a connection to mermaids here. Okay, but there's something about your intuitive abilities that's getting stronger right now. And with that, you're seeing something new. You're seeing something in a new way. You're getting internal guidance. That could be what these cards are representing. Because you might be either feeling this union, or because your intuition is getting so much stronger, that's when you're like, yeah, I feel this union. Not only feel it, but I trust in it. I trust that these energies are doing this and that we really are getting closer together despite whatever it seems like in 3D. Now, what they want to also tell you about intuition is creative power, sowing the stars. Okay, so Divine Feminine, with your intuition blossoming, your creative abilities are getting stronger. Like I said, that happens when you're in union. When you have that blend of the masculine and feminine in the right balance, you become a creative powerhouse. And you go out there and you're just manifesting, manifesting, manifesting. And it's like everything that you want starts to happen. But she's like riding the wave. She's riding this fish here, right? In the sea. That's what I'm getting. Like, you gotta ride the waves. You gotta be in the Divine Feminine flow. And then all these things are just coming in, flowing to you. And for your counterpart, the Divine Masculine, what they are not seeing is obstruction. Obstreperous personage. I can't say that. a straperious personage. So what they mean is there's a block here. There's something blocking the pathway. And there's this little person here too. So yeah. It's like a little troll. It's hard to say if this is a person or a situation. Again, take what resonates. You're going to know which one it is, but there's been something blocking this person. It could easily be that third person that we mentioned here, whether it's a romantic relationship or a family relationship. But this person, they feel, in their mind, they just feel blocked. And their guides are also saying jealousy is playing a part here, unleashing inner demons for what is hidden. So it could be that there's a third party that's jealous, maybe jealous of the connection between the two of you, or jealous about the divine masculine here in some way. And they've been doing their best to roadblock things for you. Or it could be like your divine masculine's own internal energy. Like, I feel stuck because I feel jealous. I'm having these inner emotions. Like these inner emotions are keeping my walls up. I can't just be free and happy. Maybe they're jealous of you, or jealous of, if you're in a karmic relationship, they might be jealous of your partner. They might be jealous of the things you're creating. So there's some kind of shadow elements going on under the surface here. And of course, it's going to be a little bit different for all of you. But I feel like, it goes with this card because there's something here, right? Your higher self was saying things need to move slowly because there's something that's in the middle of your path at the moment. So how is this person feeling about you? How do they see you right now? Well, the first card is the Empress. Okay, so wow, they see you as their dream woman, perhaps. Or dream person, I should say, because the divine feminine can be a masculine energy too. You are their dream. They see you as someone that's very successful. And, like this card is saying you're in creative flow. And this card too is saying that you're in creative flow. So your partner might be noticing that about you. Again, like with jealousy, like you could have a soulmate or karmic partner in your life. This card is Cleopatra and Caesar. Now, when I look at the myth of Cleopatra, I see Caesar as being Cleopatra's karmic partner and Antony as being her twin flame. So, again, there could be a karmic showing up here. For some of you, there might even be a pregnancy for some of you happening. And maybe that pregnancy is with a soulmate at this time. But, for most of you, it's just going to be that your twin or your counterpart is really seeing you as someone desirable and beautiful and someone who really has it all together, very creative and very strong. They're also seeing you as the Two of Cups. So, wow, this person really is crazy about you. This person sees you as their divine counterpart. This person knows that you belong together. And this person has a lot of strong emotions for you. They also say, I feel our energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. We are becoming one again. So very, very strong energies here of union and merging coming through, and your partner's really feeling that. What are your partner's intentions towards you? The Eight of Wands is the first card, okay? So your person really wants to come forward. They're over here, they've got this slow horse. They're not even riding their horse, they're walking their horse. And I know that when we created this deck, Kimberly put this card, this image on here because she was thinking like Knight of Pentacles energy, like something's moving slow, but this person really would rather be moving fast. But it's this. They don't see this block that's there. But yeah, their intention is to come towards you. They may be wanting to communicate with you as well because this is a card of communication. So you might be hearing from this person if you're not in contact right now. They also have Five of Cups energy towards you. So again, they're feeling stuck. This is coming out yet again. It could be a third party. There's a lot of cards here that indicate as a third party for a lot of you watching this. If there is no third party, it could just be like just being so sad that you can't see the good. So I feel like this person is really feeling that block. It might be having some strong Saturn energies in their chart right now. But they're like, I don't want to be stuck here. I don't want to be blocked. I want to move forward, but I don't know how. And that's something that they have to see about themselves. I'm trying to connect to you and give you a message. Can you hear me? So again, I feel like this person, their intention is to contact you. And they actually are trying to contact you, I feel, in the 5D. So your union energies are getting a lot stronger. So your telepathy is getting stronger. And this person is trying to understand that 5D connection with you. And they're trying to send you a telepathic message, which may also come out as an actual 3D message. When I asked about this Five of Cups energy for your person, I got Six of Wands. So I feel like this person just doesn't feel successful, right? And this is what you're both trying to heal. You're both trying to get to this place of feeling like you have it all, like you've got the abundance, you've got the harvest coming in. You're able to create and grow the things that you want. But right now, this person is struggling with that. But they're trying to remove that blockage. What this person wants to say to you: I'm trying to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. So reading number 1 was all about the person having their guard up, which is a very similar energy to what's going on here, because the divine masculine shadow element here is still being armored and being afraid to let that joy into their life. So, I don't know, there might be some information in reading number 1 for you guys as well here. I'm going through physical ascension symptoms. My body feels depleted and I need space. But from a higher perspective, it's releasing old energies. Okay, so your twin is having some physical symptoms of ascension. They're clearing things from their body and they may not feel good. But this could be the karma that they're clearing, right? Because this can be a past life situation as well as something from this life. And they may be clearing that about out of their body, or they could be having activations in order to bring them into that balanced state. I've been giving my power away to people in my life. I'm learning to set boundaries. Okay, well, we talked about the possible soulmate here. We talked about the family relationship here. We talked about the obstacle in the way. So this person is figuring it out. My inner child was wounded when my parents couldn't respond to me in the way I needed them to. I'm reacting from that wound. So yeah, this is why they have their guard up and they're a little bit standoffish right now. As you surrender your 3D expectations, I surrender to our 5D connection. So this is really important, okay? And I definitely see this playing out in the energy. For the divine feminine half here, you are letting go of the 3D. You got that card you're letting go of. You've got the intuition card. You're trusting this union more. You're feeling more self-confident in yourself. And because you're letting go of the 3D, your twin is able to tap into the 5D more. Your twin can't access the 5D connection fully until you let it go. Until you have faith and trust in this connection. This is what I talked about in my last message. That's why this union energy is happening more. It's because you've surrendered and your twin is now tapping into that. So what's coming up in the future? The first card is the Strength card. Well, when you are in that balanced state, when you get there, you're going to find that you have a lot more strength. You are able to tackle the obstacles that are showing up in your life. Like you are preparing for freedom. You're breaking free of something. And again, there's like this coming together. How this is showing up for the feminine, I think you're beautiful inside and out, and I see the light that radiates from your soul. I feel like, the divine feminine in this connection is feeling more sure of herself. She's connecting more with her soul, and that's where that strength is coming from for her. For the masculine, the situation is being caused by both of us. Look at your own role in this situation to help us change it. I feel like this is showing that your divine masculine is figuring out what that obstacle is. They're understanding that it's something that they're causing within themselves, and that helps them have the strength to break free of it. Second card for future energies is Judgment. Okay, so I feel like this is your twin wants to return. This is the divine masculine coming home. The divine masculine in this connection is feeling called. And why are they feeling called? Because the divine feminine is trusting in the connection, and this union energy is able to be activated more. You see, she's like in a tower and he's down below. You cannot lower your vibration to meet your twin. You have to stay in your high vibration, and that calls them back to you, because that's what's telling your twin, I'm ready. I'm ready to reconnect with you. For the feminine, I'm not getting into fear. I know fear is an illusion. That's right. You can't operate from this energy anymore of I need to be attached to this person or I'm afraid. You're feeling confident and drawing your person back to you. For the masculine, I've watched you change and grow so much. I'm trying to release my attachment to identity so I can change too. Again, this is about the masculine tuning into the sense of 5D energies, because the feminine is letting go. You're inspiring them to change as well. And also for the divine masculine, I'm awakening. I know more than I'm letting on. And the Judgment card does talk about awakening. It's heeding the call of spirit, a rebirth, a reawakening, And this is what's calling your twin home. Okay? It's like what I talked about in my last video is there's nothing that you can do to bring your twin back in the 3D. The only thing that you can do to bring your twin back is to be in that 5D union vibration and allow them the time that they need to awaken and explore that 5D connection with you themselves. So that's right, you're not lowering your vibration to get to their level. You're staying at your high vibration in your trust and faith, and you're pulling them up to you. And the last card for future energies is 7 of Wands. Okay, this is the obstacle. There's a dragon in the path, and the Divine Masculine is preparing to battle the dragon. So I feel like this is saying that obstacles overcome. From the feminine, our love will manifest through the union of heart and mind. Expanding these areas allows our love to grow. Heart and mind. Fire and water. Bringing in that balance. Wish I knew why this camera wasn't staying in focus today. One of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic matching frequency in the other. Stay conscious of this, and if possible, try to help us elevate it. Okay. So your twin is telling you that because your energies are so connected right now with that union energy, that you're feeling each other's emotions. And when one of you is sad, you're likely to be bringing the other one down and feeling sad. So stay conscious of this, and if possible, help your partner shift out of it by being more in your joy. Sometimes we can do this and sometimes we can't. Meaning sometimes we just have to clear something from ourselves, and we'd be spiritually bypassing if we ignored it. But that's what happens when this energy is created. So stay aware of where your energy is and try to keep your vibration high, and that's going to help your partner. Before I go, I just want to thank everybody for supporting the Intuit Twin Flame Oracle. The Kickstarter ended today, and we went more than double over our goal. So I can't thank each of you that supported us enough. This deck is definitely going to print as soon as possible. We're just trying to get them back as fast as we can, so looking into that. But we are taking pre-orders, and I will link to that below, as well as the other cards that I've used in this deck. Thank you so much, guys. I'm sending you a lot of love, and I'll speak to you soon. So if you chose number 3 and the pink quartz angel, this is your reading. So the overall energy of this connection right now is the 2 of Wands. So I feel like there's a look towards the future. Like the 2 of you are trying to find hope within this connection. You're trying to see how to create the things that you want, including this connection. But it does feel like there's something in the way right now, or that patience is required right now. Now for my deck, for the overall energy of this connection, I feel the chemistry between us. We need to trust that the energy we share will bring us back together again. So this card goes with the other card in the sense of, I feel that you are not together right now for the majority of people watching this reading. And yeah, you're looking to the future to bring you back together, and you're feeling this chemistry, and that twin flame chemistry, it does a lot of work really the energy takes care of itself. But of course, when we feel that chemistry, we feel that pull, and that pull is trying to get us to stay focused and believe that you are going to be together in the future. What's positive in this connection is the Six of Cups. So this is a great card to have for what's positive, because this card is a card about love, innocence, happiness, joy, playfulness. A reunion is often an indication of this card as well. So there is a lot of love here that's drawing the two of you back together. I feel abandoned. I often feel like others let me down. Okay, so this is from my deck as far as what's positive. So you're healing abandonment wounds right now with your partner. And that's something that's been getting in the way here of your connection. You've been feeling like this other person doesn't care about you, and you've both been holding yourself back. You haven't fully embraced the right energy, but that's coming with the things that are shifting right now. Now, what's challenging this connection is the Four of Cups. So yeah, like I said, there's been a lot of sadness. As I said, I feel there's separation happening in this connection right now, and it's been very hard for either of you to look on the bright side. I think going along with this card is there hasn't been trust. Traditionally on this card, we've got the Three Cups tipped over in the hand of God, trying to give this person a better cup than they ever thought possible. But they're so focused on the fact that their other cups are gone that they don't even see this magical thing being given to them. So I feel like this is your challenge right now. You both have to stay focused on the positive, stay focused on knowing that you're going to come together, and don't let the little triggers, the little upsets, the little things that you both have to move through stop you from feeling joy and happiness. Because with this card here and these other cards, I feel like the universe is really saying, we're bringing you something better than you're expecting. So it's okay for you to let go and trust. I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep, unconditional love. Well, there's no doubt that the two of you are feeling chemistry here, because we had this for the central theme. But like, your higher self is saying, you've got to elevate this connection past the sexual. What your higher self means by that is, don't focus on the 3D. You've got to elevate this connection to the 5D. Like here, we're focusing on the 3D. I'm not getting what I want in the moment. I'm not getting what I want in the material world. And, maybe you're even frustrated because you feel like what you want is still far away. But your higher self is saying, look, you've got these feelings. You've got to trust these feelings. Don't just make it about the tangible world, but you've got to use this connection to move closer to spirit. Oops. So what is the shadow element that's coming up for the Divine Feminine right now? And I am going to be reading the cards, some Divine Feminine and some Divine Masculine. You just go with, what you feel is right for you. It is a general reading, so you got to take what resonates where. So the shadow element for the divine feminine in this connection is Achilles, god of vulnerability. So there's been a part of you, well, there's been a part of the divine feminine, I just said I wasn't going to do that, that has been protecting themselves, that's been afraid to show their weaknesses, that's been afraid to take their armor off. Okay, and that goes back to that Four of Cups. Because there's been so much focus on the negative, feeling like things are lost, like things aren't advancing, that you've just been protecting yourself and protecting your heart. And by doing that, you've not allowed the connection to fully move into that spiritual realm, I feel. Because we've got to trust in the connection. We've got to believe that this is a special partnership that's going to come back together again. It could be something in your past, of course, that makes you feel vulnerable. There could be something with this connection that happened in the past. This could be a connection that started with a very strong 3D connection, a very strong sexual energy, a very strong pull to each other. And, you know, when you feel that overpowering attraction to each other like you do with a divine counterpart, and you start having that physical connection right away, that sexual energy can get, let's see, how do I want to word this? Well, it's even more than the sexual energy, but it's like the 3D connection can in some ways get in the way of the relationship progressing, because there's such a strong focus all the time on the 3D, and it's not always necessary to focus on the 5D when the person is right there. Now, I do feel like you're in separation at the moment, but if it started out in this way, this very 3D material way, maybe some of you were even in a connection for quite a while and broke up, then there could be some of that fear of being vulnerable, and there needs to be this shift in the point of view. Now, the shadow element that's showing up for the divine masculine is goddess of wisdom. So I feel like the divine masculine here, they have not been using, I don't want to say brain, because this is Athena, okay? This energy of Athena is beyond brain, because Athena's one of those strange goddesses that embodies both the feminine and the masculine. She's a feminine, obviously she's a woman, but she has a lot of masculine qualities. And she's very much focused in her mind, in her logic. She looks at, she creates strategies for battles and for winning and for achieving things. But Athena also is connected to our third eye. So there is this element of intuition with Athena too. So I feel like this divine masculine, they've been focused for a long time in their mind and not their intuition. Like they've been trying to figure things out, been trying to understand what this is, but they're trying to understand it in the wrong way. That's why it's been like this. What they need to do is think about this connection like this, because this is the emotional self, Six of Cups. Even like my emotions when I was young and when I was freer. And here it's more like, my emotions don't seem to be a good thing. But this is coming up because this person is wanting to change this now. they're not just focusing on the mental, but there's more of this intuitive energy coming through to them. So what is the divine feminine not seeing right now? The card is deception, unreliable guidance. So what I want to say is there's like something isn't clear. Okay, like the deception, I don't feel it's something really bad, but it's more like you don't know what's going on with your other person because there's some kind of deception going on, whether it's your own energy, you know, like whether you have a programming or a certain perception. Like what I mean is you're telling yourself a story possibly about what's going on with your counterpart, instead of like tuning into your heart and your intuition. Or it could be that your counterpart is not being honest with you. And in that way, there's some kind of deception going on. It could also be a deception coming kind of from spirit in a way. And I don't mean spirits trying to deceive you, but what I mean is you're not thinking big enough here, right? Because Spirit is saying there's something so much greater than you're expecting coming. And so maybe you're sad because you're not with your twin yet, or there's separation happening, or there's fighting going on, and you feel like all is lost, but that's your deception. Because Spirit is saying, you know, something major is happening here. To clarify deception, you have beginning at the end. You know, so what they're saying is there has to be an ending for this new beginning to come through. That could be the deception, like I was saying about Spirit, right? Like, and I think I said, perhaps some of you have been in a relationship for a while. Maybe you recently broke up and you feel so lost. What you don't see is that Spirit is making a new beginning out of what appears to be an ending. Something is being born here. There is a new beginning. So don't deceive yourself by thinking there isn't. Also, if it's one of the other scenarios, like either your own perception is telling yourself a story or your twin is hiding something from you, this is saying that there's going to be clarity. There's an ending coming to whatever this deception is, and clarity is born for you. Now this happened in the other readings too, right? I'm reading for the feminine and the masculine, but there's so much crossover. And like the energy of the feminine is what's helping the masculine in a lot of ways. So what the masculine isn't seeing on their end is coterie, kindred spirits. So, you know, I'm feeling like what they haven't been seeing is the full depth of your connection. You know, like they've had feelings for you, they've felt pulled for you, but in a lot of cases there was like something blocking them, and they haven't felt it like as strongly as they are now. Well, Spirit is saying what was the blind spot there is subversion. Okay, so this person wasn't in their power. Either they were giving their power away to the situation, or it could be that there was a person in their life that was subverting their power. But that's why they weren't using their intuition. And what I mean by they weren't fully seeing your connection, you know, I'm not saying that they're not feeling you or anything, but that really strong intuitive piece, that third eye awakening that's going to tap them on the shoulder and say, this is the strategy, this is what you need to do, that hasn't been clear, but that's getting clearer now because they're picking up so much more. That's what I feel here. Like they're out there, they're looking at their crystal ball and they're like, gee, I don't know what to do. But that Athena energy is going to come along and say, it's right here. This is what you do. But they have to be more in their power. And like this energy is giving your power away. So how this person is feeling about you. The first card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this card confirms what I said, because the gates here were closed and now the gates are open. This is like the floodgates to their feelings is what I'm getting. They were shutting that off. And see what I mean? Like this came up for the feminine, but I feel like the divine masculine is that energy too. But when the divine feminine releases that, the divine masculine goes into that energy. So yeah, something is open. There's this desire for something to happen in the future. And this, how can I make a way? How can I make a way to get here with you? But they're also feeling this. They're also feeling the tower, the oppression. So they want to come, but they don't know how. And they're feeling you. It's like they're feeling you get further and further away almost. And that, again, is a lot about this. Because they're feeling this, the love stronger than ever. But there's something that's keeping them at bay. More than likely, it's their own walls that's been keeping them at bay. Because we got that vulnerability card, even though it's for the divine feminine. You know, this is that fear of being vulnerable. They might see you as being in the tower. They might feel like you're unreachable or untouchable. Or they might feel like you're very on guard or that you're very angry at them for some of you. Again, take what resonates for you. But there is a shift coming because this person also says, I'm looking for a way out of this situation so I can be free. So I feel like they're trying to get rid of this tower to have this collapse so they can move here. What are their intentions towards you right now? The first card is the Empress. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this person wants to make advances towards you. They're feeling a strong connection. They're feeling like you are the one. They got justice too for what their intentions are. So, you know, here, and Penelope and Odysseus came up in the first reading too. This actually, Cleopatra came up in one of the readings as well. There's a lot involved in these, in all three of these connections with soulmates and some kind of obstacle being in the way still that you're trying to move through. Here, it's like you're trying to find your way back to each other. And this is so clear. There's so many cards in this reading that are saying that. Like, how can I get back here? How can I get the justice to where we can be together? So I feel like this person's intention is to come back. I watched you change and grow so much. I'm trying to release my attachment to identity so I can change too. So you are inspiring this person to come forward because they're watching you grow. And maybe they're watching you take off that armor to become more vulnerable, and that's very enticing to them. And because, you're a divine connection, you're divine mirrors to each other, and that energy of change is being mirrored because you are changing, your twin is going to want to change too. Now I did pull a card from the Intuit Oracle too, just to clarify, and I got Bridge has what their intentions are towards you. Communicate, unite, connecting, overcoming barriers, share, harmony, compromise. So yeah, I feel like this person is definitely wanting to come towards you. What do they want to say to you? I'm changing this pattern and moving forward is the first thing. Whoops, sorry. So they are confirming what we just said a moment ago. I close my eyes and imagine you're here with me. It feels so real. I'm beginning to understand this is what it means to be in the 5D with you. So this is what I was trying to say about this energy. When you go into separation and you're not with each other, you have no choice but to learn how to do this 5D communication. And that is so important to the twin flame dynamic. It can't be overlooked. This is why twins go through these periods of separation. The separation is really an initiation process. And those that go through the longest periods of initiation, the longest periods of separation, are often the ones that have the highest spiritual calling, because that separation forces you to go within and to trust what you're getting, to trust your intuition. So this is why your twin is learning this, why they're getting that wisdom card, why their intuition is getting stronger, because they're trying to connect to you in the 5D. And yeah, I think I said, they can't do that until the divine feminine surrenders and lets go and begins to trust. We have a past life connection. Memories are surfacing either consciously or subconsciously. Tune into the energy to help me remember. Okay, so there's some kind of past life thing going on here too. And actually the 6 of Cups can be past life energy. So you might be becoming aware of something from a past life right now. And that's showing up for your twin as well. Neither one of us is being honest right now. Why are we afraid to express ourselves? And yeah, we got the vulnerability. And remember, for the divine feminine, deception. Yet for the masculine, there's subversion. Okay, so there's been a lack of power here, a lack of authenticity, because there's some kind of fear that's been here, or some kind of past life karma that's been at play. So we need to open up the communication to honesty now. And I'd long ago shut down those parts of me that wanted love, romance, and intimacy. But you make me long for those things again. Yeah, that's that chemistry and that pull. Your divine masculine's heart is opening, or whoever is the divine masculine that's watching this, your heart is opening once again. And, for divine counterparts, another thing about this sexual energy is it has to be in this form of intimacy. If it's not true intimate sexuality, it's not in the highest vibration that it could be in. You can't be intimate with someone until you're totally honest and open with that person. But the sexual attraction between divine counterparts, or the sexual energy, is sacred. It's where your abundance flows from. It's your ability to manifest. And even if you're not in union, your sexual energies can merge and expand and manifest things. So that's why it's very important to be in an elevated state of consciousness in regard to that. Okay, the future. What's coming up in the future for you too? The first card is the Eight of Cups. Okay, so there's some moving on from something, moving on from the past. Now, well, let me bring in these cards. So this is how this is coming in for the Divine Feminine. I feel your energy around me, and I wonder, are you thinking of me too? This is that 5D telepathic energy. Okay, and so what I want to say is this is Tristan and Isolde here. And this is when Isolde comes and Tristan is already dead. And it's because Tristan's soulmate, whose name also was Isolde, was jealous. And so she didn't send for Isolde until it was too late, until Tristan was too close to death. So here we have her coming back and he's already gone. Okay? But it's like the energy, the energetic connections there. So, I don't mean your twin is literally passed away. Although for some of you, that might be the case. I have a lot of people that follow me that are in the situation where their twin has passed. And I want to say, like, that person's energy is always there with you. We see the man here in spirit. They're always there, regardless of whether they're physically incarnated or not. But this can also be just that there's separation. There might be no communication. And this is changing, this is transforming, because now the feminine half of this counterpart is ready to be vulnerable and to let go of bygones and risk everything to awaken the masculine. For the masculine, I wish I could say what I really feel. Someday I will, but right now I'm afraid to be myself. Well, that goes with this too, because the masculine, it's like, for a lot of you, your masculine's been silent, or they haven't been honest. They've been pretending to be a certain, how do I want to describe that? They've been perhaps making you think that they had no feelings for you, that maybe telling you there's nothing here anymore, but your heart is telling you otherwise, and you're hanging around there, and really it's just because that person's been afraid to tell you the truth. But that truth is shifting now. So my camera cut out, and I don't know where it cut out, so I'm just gonna say quickly that that person hasn't been honest with you. They've been telling you things, but they're getting ready to change that and to bring more honesty here. And that's going to show you that deception. And it's going to be like what looked like an ending, what looked like things were done for, there's actually a beginning. Second card for your future is the Seven of Wands. So this is you guys are ready to do battle with whatever obstacle has been in your way. There's been this dragon here, and you're both ready to fight for it. For the feminine, separated or together, we're working in tandem with each other. Okay, so for the feminine, I feel like the obstacle has been maybe you were still struggling with trusting this connection fully and letting your guard down, really trusting that this person is coming back. But you're finding your strength and you're like, I'm not going to let this fear stop me. I know that this connection is real and that we're working together. For the masculine, this journey is teaching us one of the most important spiritual lessons: patience. So, I feel your partner, they want to come forward to you, but there's something about the timing here because, the central theme here is that you guys are waiting for something. You're waiting for a way to be shown or some understanding to come. So, for your twin, what they're battling is having to wait and having to have patience. The third card is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so leave it in the hands of the universe. But another really important part of this card here is what we've been talking about, and that's the 5D spiritual connection. Because look, here's Zeus, and here's Dana. I always pronounce that wrong, so don't leave me a comment that I'm pronouncing it wrong, because I know. Or maybe I'm pronouncing it right. But anyways, so Dana's father locked her in a tower because it was foretold that she was going to give birth to a son, and that son was going to overtake his power. So he locked her up thinking, oh, well, if I lock you up, you will not be able to get pregnant because you'll not be able to meet a man. But Zeus fell in love with her, and he turned himself into a shower of gold. And he visited her in her tower and impregnated her, and she gave birth to, I believe it was Jason, who fulfilled the prophecy. But the important thing here is telling you that even though it might seem like this is what's happening, like your energies are connected. Your twin is coming to you spiritually. Whatever you're feeling, and this is whether you're the masculine or the feminine, whatever you're feeling, you might be feeling your heart chakra. You might be hearing your twin's words talking to you. You may be feeling their energy around you. This has been very clear in this reading. Okay, so take your energy off the 3D and focus on this. Because you know what? We've been getting a message throughout this that there's some kind of obstacle here. One of those obstacles being perhaps vulnerability. And this is saying that the way out is through the 5D. She's in her tower. She thinks that she can never fall in love because she's in her tower. The tower represents our fear of being vulnerable. It represents our protection. But through the magic of spirit, a way is found, a path is found, right? What looks like an ending for her is actually a beginning of a whole new chapter of her life. So you need to watch your thoughts and how you're perceiving this connection. For the feminine, I'm beginning to focus on mission, and our connection is part of that. The truth is that your twin is always working with you. Even if it feels like, oh, I'm doing mission by myself. My twin, he's not around yet. Spiritually, your twin is doing mission work with you because your twin is helping to ground your energies. Your twin is helping you connect to your intuition, connect spiritually. Don't underestimate the power of the spiritual connection and the work that each person is actually doing. But yeah, this is also just part of this energy because spirit is bringing in, like your ability to manifest is getting stronger and these new things are coming in. And for your counterpart, the Wheel of Fortune is I know I need to release attachments with karmic people. I'm creating a plan to leave him or her. So whatever this obstacle was, whatever this battle is that's going to go on, whether it's a karmic person, whether it's inner wounds, fears, a karmic situation, this is getting ready to be cleared away. Your twin is making a plan, and the universe is supporting this plan. Because the Wheel of Fortune is saying that something is happening in favor for you guys. Even here, like, what is this? It's I'm planning. I'm planning my next step. Getting in touch with love and my true feelings. And I'm overcoming whatever limitations I felt. So I hope that resonated, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button as well if you enjoyed this. I want to thank everybody that supported me on the Intuit Twin Flame Oracle Kickstarter. It did end today, and we more than doubled the funding that we needed. So we are going to be able to print even more decks and hopefully get these decks printed as soon as possible. We are taking pre-orders now because, as I said, the deck is definitely going to print. So I'll link to that in the comments, as well as the other decks that I've used today. Thank you so much. I'm sending you a lot of love, and I will speak to you again soon.